welcome back to more Let's Play Dragon Warrior Monsters. Last time, we started a large operation called Operation Improvement, which focuses on getting the Sliv and Hale a much better offspring than they are, because frankly, if we tried to tackle the arena, we would have gotten destroyed. So, since last episode, we trained Orsi a bunch. He's now level 10, and has, honestly, pretty good stats across the board. Nothing insane like, say, Jay or even Sliv's doing alright, but she has all the different skills that we care about, namely Step Guard and Map Magic. But having Sleep, Defense, and even something like Firebane is a nice bonus. Otherwise, too, as you'll see in a moment, we found some other very interesting things. So yeah, last episode was a little all over the place, but still quite productive. So today, to start things off, we're going to continue Operation Improvement by, namely, seeing what Orsi and Hale can have as a child. Because frankly, I would love to start working on said child, because they'll probably be one of our go-to monsters for bringing along, just because they'll have all the healing we need and damage, so it'll really help. So if we choose Hale as the pedigree and then have Orsi, we can make a Slime Knight +3, which is a fairly good monster. So, if we choose Orsi and go with Hale, we can make a Pixie +3. Admittedly, Pixies aren't really all that great. They really don't have a lot going on. They're decent, but they're nothing crazy. Now, notably, if we do make a Pixie, we could later down the line create another very useful monster. As much as I'm not a super big fan of Pixie, I think this is the best bet. Namely because Pixie also will eventually learn Antidote, which will be really useful to have. They do learn Speed and another ability called Twin Hits. So I think this will be the pairing I want to go for. So yeah, let's record it. Goodbye, Orsi and Hale. We loved you while we knew you. Hale especially, you have been a godsend since the beginning of the game. And it's sad to see you go. But now, your new offspring. Now, ideally, I want this Pixie to breed with a dragon. Being that that is the case, let me take a look here what we got. We have Dran, who will probably hit level 10. And I think that's our only dragon readily available. Oh, I guess we have the mini Drac. Alright. Okay. But I believe that's, yeah, our two choices of dragon. Between the two, I think I would prefer Dran for what I'm probably going to be doing. But this is all just speculation. Let's see, Dran is male, whereas Minnie is also male. Okay. So in that case, we should have Hale's child also be a female. I say also be a female, but you get the idea. We want to make it a girl, so that way she can breed with a dragon later on and create another very useful monster. So let us, not bless, let's evaluate our Pixie. Let's see. Very healthy one. Expect a lot from it. Inherited lots of skills. And it's a boy? Ugh, can't be having that. So, yeah, 250 gold for a blessing. As you get more plus marks and you get deeper and deeper into breeding a monster, it gets much more expensive. So you gotta be careful. Now, luckily, as I probably showed in the little montage at the start of the episode, we managed to find a store and gain a lot of money. So, we'll be good for cash for a minute, but it's not gonna help us permanently, unfortunately. Still, we'll do what we can with what we got. So let's hatch our pixie. And I figure we're gonna have her for a pretty good minute. So I guess we'll need a good name for her. Now, I really don't have any good ideas, so I don't think I'll name her Mill. Judy could be fine. Amy's not bad. It really likes Judy. Sadie. Aw, Vivi, that's a cute name. Really likes that one, too. Third time's the try for Judy. Alright, we'll go for it. Why not? Welcome aboard, Judy. You're going to be a very important monster for a good minute. There she is. So yeah, she starts off with pretty good agility, decent intelligence, and overall, pretty good stats. Now she is a bit of a rebel, but that is alright. We'll get that all fixed up as we continue to use her. Now otherwise, the other joint effort here of Operation Improvement is helping Slib. Because let's be honest, he's really not keeping up. His HP is phenomenal, and his intelligence, defense, and attack are pretty okay. But seeing as Judy was just born and she has more agility than him, he really needs a hand. So, what I plan on doing is, because we've done all of this farming, 2 other members that we have in here should be nice and leveled. So let's take a look here. Spot is level 11, and Golem is level 10. Now, their stats aren't phenomenal, but that's okay. Should we select Spot as the pedigree and choose Golem, we will get a Rock Slime +1. This is what I plan on breeding with Slib, namely to pass on a skill from the Rock Slime, Spot Slime, and Golem. So, let's go for it. Now, frankly, I'm probably just going to throw this offspring right into our party too, and kinda hope Jay can take care of things. That might be a little foolhardy, but I think it'll work out. Now, unfortunately, we do need to make sure this is female, because again, we want to keep Slib's offspring as a normal slime for something later. Trust me, keeping it as a normal slime is imperative. If you don't, you're gonna regret it. So let's see. Let us evaluate. Looks good to me. Very healthy, expect a lot. It'll take some time to grow up, and it is a girl. Perfect. That will work out wonderfully. Now, ideally, what I plan on doing is having another big training montage, leveling up Judy, and who I will probably name Rock or something. So we'll get them leveled up, and then once Rock is level 10 or so, I might give it a little more just because this is Slib's child we're talking about. Then we'll come back and see what else we can do. Which I believe, once Slib's actual offspring is born from the union of Rock and Slib, then Judy, Jay, and that child should be more than adequate to deal with the arena, in my estimation. Let's take a look here. Rock is pretty average, and she's even ordinary, so yeah, no kidding. So unfortunately, this means Jay is kind of going to be at the forefront of dealing damage, but luckily, because of that medicine, he gained a plethora of attack, so that's going to help a ton. So I'm going to have Jay on cautious, Judy on charge for mixed, and Rock starting on mixed to go down cautious. Not that it super matters. Now, the very nice thing about planning on Rock and Slib having the offspring is that Rock's main ability that I care about, Rock Throw, very clever name, is learned a little later. So even if she doesn't learn it, because it's the innate ability of her, I guess what would you say, her type? Not type, because type would be slime. Because it's the innate ability of the breed of slime she is, Slib will be able to learn it regardless, or well, Slib's offspring, their offspring. It gets real confusing, doesn't it? But the resulting child will be able to learn Rock Throw regardless, not irregardless, that's a redundant word that means nothing, but regardless of what we learn right now. I know it's a lot, it's a bunch of talking, a lot of words. Basically, it's gonna give them a really great move that we want. So, I'm gonna get to fighting, which to be fair, I'll probably finish this fight off just because we'll be here all of 5 seconds. And then we'll get to the actual farming, and then move on with probably taking on the arena. Now, E-Class is pretty tough, which, again, like I'd said, I did test it out with our current original team of Jay, Slib, and Hale, and it went awfully. So because of that, I really want to make sure that we are prepared and ready. So having a team of all purposefully bred monsters at this point is probably really important. So if you've been following along and trying to, play similarly, you're gonna want a team that at least has a few plus marks. Even if it's just one, it'll still probably help. More skills is better. Speaking of being better, Judy increases to level 2, gaining 3 HP, 3 MP, 5 attack, 3 defense, 5 agility, 2 intelligence, and learning upper, as well as speed, and heal. She also goes to level 3, gaining 1 HP, 2 MP, 3 attack, 2 defense, 3 agility, 1 intelligence, and learns Fireball. Rock increases to level 2, gaining 6 HP, 3 MP, 5 attack, 8 defense, 5 agility, 5 intelligence. Rock increases to level 3, gaining 4 HP, 2 MP, 3 attack, 6 defense, 3 agility, 3 intelligence. And Rock increases to level 4, gaining 4 HP, 4 MP, 3 attack, 9 defense, 3 agility, 3 intelligence. All very nice. Now, I'm going to get to farming, and I'll see you once we get some more levels. Judy increases to level 10. She gains 4 HP, 5 MP, 4 attack, 5 defense, 4 agility, 3 intelligence, and learns Step Guard, as well as Map Magic. But Judy cannot master any more skills. This is what I've been waiting for. Once a monster has 8 skills, you'll have to make room for any new ones they learn. So in this case, I don't think I want Rob Magic because it turns into a really terrible skill. And I really don't ever want Speed Up. So getting rid of those is ideal. Otherwise, let's take a look at how we are doing. Jay's looking good. Judy is doing pretty decent, all things considered. Overall, and I kind of hate saying it, Hale's child being a pixie really isn't phenomenal. Pixies have some pretty terrible levels, and they don't learn too much that actually helps them. Though, she does know some really awesome skills. So at the very least, once Judy has a child, they will have exceptional abilities, even if her mother doesn't exactly pass on great stats. Also, Rock is doing pretty alright, all things considered. Let's see, everyone's a hot blood, meaning I can just leave them on charge. That should make my farming a lot quicker. Now, the only problem with Rock is they have yet to learn anything. Golem, as well as the Spot Slime, all of their abilities are learned much later. I say much later. Generally around like level 17 or so. So I kind of want to get those so that way Rock can pass those on to her and Sliv's child. So I might be here for a while. Luckily, Rock doesn't require too much EXP. But if Jay's level has anything to say about it, it's gonna be a while. So we'll see what level I end up stopping at, because realistically, Rock Throw is the only skill I actually really care about here. But if I can get more out of it, I think it would be worthwhile. It's just, I don't know if I personally want to sit here longer than I already have, but we will see. So I'm going to keep farming a bit and see what I can get going and do. Oh, well, this is unexpected. While farming, a female demonite wants to join us. Sure, why not? I guess we'll call her a demo. Sure. Kinda didn't expect this, but hey, it's a welcome change. Otherwise, let's take a look at her. Why don't we? Pretty decent stats. I mean, namely agility. Everything else is kind of terrible. But hey, a whiz kid, and they know Blaze more. Pretty cool. So, to the farm they go. Rock increases to level 13. She gains 5 HP, 5 MP, 4 attack, 8 defense, 4 agility, 4 intelligence. Now, I think that might be overall good enough. The stats all across the board are looking pretty decent. Judy has almost all of the skills we need her to. Well, pretty much all of them. Jay is still looking pretty darn good. And Rock has a ton of defense and some pretty good attack and everything else, really. The only problem is that Rock still hasn't learned a single skill, which is kind of insane to me. I kind of can't believe that. So I think what I want to do is get one more level for everybody, and then we'll go home and breed Rock with Slib, and I guess I'll farm their child up. We'll try the arena. I think it's a pretty good plan. So, onward to one more level. Jay increases to level 20, gaining 3 HP, 5 MP, 5 attack, 1 defense, 5 agility, 1 intelligence. Rock increases to level 14, gaining 5 HP, 1 MP, 3 attack, 6 defense, 4 agility, 3 intelligence, and finally learns a skill, Lush Licks. May not be the most useful skill out there, but it's at least more than we otherwise would have gotten had we just called it a day and it went home. So, a lot of farming was done, and, well, the stats will at least be better because of it. I believe Judy is real close to level, so may as well grab one more quick fight to help finish it off. Because again, she should be real close. Come on now. Boom! Big ol' hit from Rock. Love it. And there we go. Judy increases to level 12, getting 3 HP, 3 MP, 5 attack, 3 defense, 5 agility, 2 intelligence, and Judy's sleep becomes sleep all, as well as her heal becomes heal more. And she learns bird blow, which, it inflicts great damage to birds. It's kinda not something I really care about her having, to be honest. So, nah, we don't care. That should be all she wrote for all of the involved farming. And then otherwise, we just have one more breeding to do. Though, to be honest, part of me wonders if this team could handle the arena. They might be able to be honest. I do want to change our order and our plan up, though. Because I think I want Jay on charge, along with Rock, and then I want Judy to start on mixed. Because if I take a look at our info here, all of our stats are pretty darn good. And with Judy having, heal more, she'll be able to heal a lot, at least compared to Hale. The only thing I worry about is maybe honestly having Jay start mixed. Just so that way he can inflict some status ailments, while Judy ideally increases our defense. I think it's actually going to be worth trying the arena with this team. Because I think they have a very fair shot at dealing with it. So let's save the game right here. There we go. And let's try our hand. We're registering for E-Class. We have plenty of money, so won't need to reset, even if we fail. But figured it's worth a shot.
Are you okay with registering in E-Class?
You betcha. So here we go.
Ladies and gents, welcome to the arena. A new challenger is here today. Ladies and gents, please welcome Terry. Now we begin the first match.
Oh, and I realized we forgot to talk to, the guy who tells us about who we'll be facing.
Let's rumble.
I believe he warns you about this first fight. Specifically that there will be a Poison who is that right monster that can poison you. And that will be facing against Master Tedo, who I believe has some interesting and very tough monsters. We'll be seeing them, but I figured I should mention what the guy's dialogue is, seeing as I evidently forgot to go talk to him. Now, so far so good. I think with how much damage we deal, as well as all the actual spells and abilities we now have on this specific team, I think we'll be able to deal with this just fine. So honestly, I'm just going to have everyone charge. I see no reason to delay this fight. Namely because that little tree slime there can deal some nasty things to you. So I don't like letting him live. Yep, that's the thing I was worried about. Paralysis. Being paralyzed sucks. It means you basically can't do a thing.
For the first match, the victory goes to the challenger. Now we begin the second match.
But hey, that went pretty well. Now this is where things get a little tougher.
Let's rumble.
This guy has a bunch of dragon-looking monsters. A Drac Slime, a Dragon, and a Fairy Drac. Now all of these monsters are fairly resistant to things like Stop Spell and Sleep. So I'm only going to have Judy and Jay do, I think, a turn of mixed. Because we really don't want that Drac Slime or the Fairy Drac living, because they can deal a bunch of different statuses, and the Drac Slime sucked in air, meaning his next breath attack will deal a lot of damage. So I want to go all in on offense here. Try to get rid of him early. Perfect. The rest of the fight should be a cinch. At least ideally. Now the only other thing I do want to worry a little bit about is actually healing. So I think on this final turn, I will have Judy go to Cautious. Ideally get a heal in. If not, not a big deal. Good, she did. Perfect. Now we're on to the actually difficult fight.
For the second match, the victory again goes to the challenger. Now we begin the third match. Here's Master Tedo.
Oh boy. This is a hard fight. Hey Terry, welcome. I'm Master Tedo. You think you can defeat me? Don't let your defeat bother you. Yeah, they even knew it was tough. Tedo here has 2 Snailies and an Armor Pede. Those Snailies can cast Ice Bolt and call for help, which, let me tell you, is a big problem. It would be nice if Stop Spell actually hit them, but it will never, because they are outright immune to it. So yeah, Ice Bolt hurts, and them calling for help can deal a lot of damage out of nowhere, outright killing Judy in this case. This is why this fight is ridiculously hard. The Armor Pede really doesn't do anything, if I'm being completely honest. So at this point, it's kind of just ideally bum rush them and get the fight over with, because we do not have the HP to be messing around. Now luckily, Rock is resistant to Ice Bolt, so she takes a lot less damage. Because we have such good defense too, the Armor Pede really doesn't do much. So if you let that fight drag on, it is dangerous. So sorry, Judy, we're super helpful before, but we had to take our chances. Thank goodness we did, so it looks like it'll pay dividends. Now, when I had tried this in testing with our old team of Slib, Jay, and Hale, I could make it to this part, but Hale just could not keep up with the healing, and the damage was just so low that we couldn't take them out before we would get wiped out. It was rough. So all the ludicrous farming I've done has paid off, and it's going to bear even more fruit very soon now.
Congratulations! We have a new winner!
Give a round of applause for Master Terry.
Well done. You survived E-Class. The king opened the room of peace and bravery for you. More travelers' gates with stronger monsters are waiting for you.
And that is true. So now that we have cleared this, evidently, more gates have opened up. That's great. But the big actual reward is to the far right of the arena, which makes you wonder, why am I going left? Well, it's so I don't forget to talk to this guy again to see what our next arena battle is going to contain.
Want to know your opponent in
D-Class? Sure.
Your last match in D-Class will be with Mick.
His monsters are a Rogue Knight and 2 Mad Cats. Mad Cats will use Squall Hit. If your monsters don't have stamina, they'll be toast. So yeah, we need some beefy monsters for what's coming up. Now the nice thing is that because we've done that fight, a new mechanic has opened up. Around Great Tree, various masters have actually taken notice of us and will want to breed monsters. Hey there.
Yo, brother, wanna have a breed with me? I meant, wanna breed with my cat fly?
So yeah, now we can breed with other people's monsters. There are a set number of these throughout the game. I believe right now we have access to 3 of them. They work in a very interesting way. When you select a monster for this specific breeding, your monster will always be the pedigree. It more or less works the same way how it would work if you were doing a link trade or a link breed. So more or less, the only problem with this is that you have no say in how powerful the other tamer's monster is, or what skills they know. The gender won't matter regardless of what you breed, so that is really nice. With all of these special breeding opportunities, you'll have chances to get a lot of different very good monsters. This one admittedly doesn't give too much, if I'm being honest. This catfly specifically knows upper, rob magic, and twin hits, which is outside of its regular amount. Otherwise, thanks to some people who did a lot of digging, we actually know the stats of these monsters. The catfly specifically is level 20, has 50 HP, 40 MP, 80 attack, 50 defense, 100 agility, and 70 int. It won't have wild at all because it's owned to a master. So this could be a really great chance to breed another monster with some pretty decent stats. Out of what we have right now, I think I want to try to breed a dragon with the catfly, because that should result in a Tortragon, which is pretty useful. So, let me take a look. Seeing as Minnie here is a dragon, I think that would be worthwhile. So, sure. Start the breeding ceremony? Absolutely. I can't tell what kind of monster it'll be. Is it okay to record it in the journal? You betcha. So yeah, that's the only problem, is you don't know the stats without a guide, or, notes like I have. Thank you, by the way, people online, for having made really nice guides for this. So that helps a ton. But you also, obviously, won't know the monster results. Hope a strong monster will be born. I'll send the egg to the farm. So yeah, it's a little risky breeding with other masters, but it can pay dividends. Specifically, the one I actually care about is Tedo. Oh, I'm sorry. I was rude. But give me another chance. Why don't we breed our monsters, Terry? I have Iceman. Come on, let's breed them. Iceman is a fairly rare monster that will give you an amazing opportunity. This Iceman specifically is level 20, has 80 HP, 40 MP, 80 attack, 150 defense, 50 agility, and 40 intelligence. It knows sleep, hover, rob magic, and tailwind. Now, while the abilities I really don't care about, and to be honest, kinda same with the stats, if I'm being completely honest with you, I do care about the pairing that can result from this. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to do more of Operation Improvement, because the specific pairing I want for this is actually going to be the child of Jay. What I plan to do is I plan to have, I believe it is Toby here, breed with Pick in order to create a butterfly. That child, ideally, will learn Charge Up, as well as Sap and Surround. After that, we will breed Jay with the butterfly to create a duck kite. Then, we will breed the duck kite with Pedo's Iceman to create a Blizzardy, which is an amazing monster for this point in the game. The whole point of doing this is to specifically get the Charge Up skill, because with Charge Up and a skill that the Iceman and Blizzardy will know, we will get the Ice Slash ability, which is really good. So having the chance for that is awesome. So for now, we will pass up on that chance there, Tedo, because we still want to finish improving Slib, which, seeing as Slib's soon-to-be breeding partner already passed the check, we can go breed Slib and Rock and receive their offspring. Now, because we're going to be using Jay for this whole big shenanigans. We can also breed the other resultant monster, the butterfly, to breed with Jay later. So there's going to be a lot going on all at once. So first and foremost, pick Slib here. And then Brock. Hit okay. So a slime +2 will be born. It's not going to be incredibly good. Also, you've had that monster before? We sure have. So the whole point of this union is that it's going to be a long-term monster that's just getting a skill for Slib, basically. So instead of just having Firebane, he'll have Firebane, Lush Licks, and eventually a very powerful move in the form of Rock Throw. That's the whole point of this. Plus, we want plus marks on Slib, specifically +5. Once we do that, if we get another regular slime, we can breed the +5 slime and the regular slime to create the almighty King Slime, who will be an amazing asset for the team once we get around to it. So for now, we'll say yes to this union and get our slime +2. Otherwise, after this, like I said, we will breed Topi and Pick to create a female butterfly. So I believe that's what it should result in, those two breeding, is the butterfly. So for now, we will say no to hatching the slime. And then we will breed Topi. And Pick here. Yep, butterfly +1. It is a mate we've not had, so it looks good to me. As you can see, we're going to have quite a bit on our hands to do. Namely, I'm going to have a lot more farming to do. And seeing as this session has already been close to an hour, hour and a half just to finish all the farming from getting Rock leveled up and Judy, I would like to be able to take a break. So I'm going to save all of that for next episode. So as you can see, we have quite a bit to do. Namely, the slime, who will be coming with us pretty much permanently, like Slib, as well as the butterfly, who will breed with Jay, and then their child will breed with Pedo's Iceman to create our next main party member in Blizzardy. I'm also probably going to be deciding on what I want to breed Judy with as well, because admittedly, Pixie is really terrible, and I kinda screwed myself over doing that, at least in the stat department. As far as skills, it was an amazing gambit that honestly really paid off. So I don't regret it. It's just, I really, really don't want a Pixie in our team because Pixies are kinda terrible. So, you know. Still, I think it's a darn good plan for next time we play Dragon Warrior Monsters. As always, I'm Bred. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.